another new recipe. So the recipe is cookies. We are going to do butter cookies today. So basically, so many of you have been asking me for a cookie recipe into our basic baking class. So I thought, why not? These are so versatile. You can actually, with the recipe that I'm going to share with you today, you can incorporate many flavors into it. You can make it, convert it into a jeera cookie. You can convert it into a salted cookie. Anything. You can convert it into a coconut cookie. You can actually do that. And if you don't want to experiment, then the butter cookies are there forever. Like, you are going to love them. These are one of my favorites, and for any tea time or for the elderlies, for your kids, these are super good. Okay, so let's just get started. Now welcome back to the new angle, I would say. So what we need is, first and foremost, because these are butter cookies, so you need a lot of butter. Okay, this is around 250 grams. I'm giving you the cookie measurement in grams because many of you have been asking me for gram measurement. So this is 250 grams of butter. The measurement and everything will be given to you in the description below. So you can check that in the description box. So now what I would do is, first and foremost, I would want to whip it a little to make it light. And can you see this? Is this a good angle? Yeah, I think you can see this, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's whip it first. Okay, so when it's light and fluffy, you would see that it changes color and the texture also changes. Can you see this? Yes. So now we will put in our ingredients one by one. So first and foremost, you would want to put some corn flour in. Then of course you need some sugar. I'm using powdered sugar. And then you have your all-purpose flour, but before that you can give it a quick mix. Just mix it nicely. These are actually very good. Like, the taste is lovely. You can play around with any flavor. So these butter cookies are a winner for everyone's house, for evening tea, with evening tea, or for as snacks for the kids, because it's rich in butter. It's very good for kids, and for evening purpose, and you can do that. You can use it that ways. Okay, and you can make any variation of it. You can punch in any kind of you can make it a salted version of it. You can make any kind of, put in some jeera, and then that becomes the jeera cookies. Okay, so you can play around these cookies. That's why I have kept this in the module, so you can really make quite a few more flavors along with this. So let's put in the all-purpose flour now. All of that. So also I have tried to keep all the one bowl recipes for you here. As a beginner, it is always difficult to whip your butter separately, then you whip everything here in one bowl, then in another bowl, then mix them together, then take a third bowl, fourth bowl, and then take the flavoring and everything. So I try and keep things simple and one bowl. So one bowl recipes are really a savior. Okay, and now see, when you mix it, you will get such kind of a consistency. And now you would want to put your vanilla. So put, because these are butter cookies, you need a lot of vanilla. So put 1 tablespoon of vanilla into it. So I use this big bottle that comes from Bush. It's actually very good. You can use French vanilla, anything that you want. Vanilla goes very good with these butter cookies actually. This is my personal favorite. I am not a chocolate person actually, so I love these cookies. Okay, so you will see that the batter is coming together, and now when you give it a mix with your hand beater, see, so you need to use your silicone spatula. Okay, if you have a silicone spatula. If you do not have a spatula, what you can do is you can even use any spoon that you can find handy. Okay, so when you mix, what happens is there will be a lot of dry powder, which is in the form of your all-purpose flour, in the form of your icing sugar, in the form of your corn flour. So you don't want your kitchen to be clouded with all of that. So to avoid that excuse me, when you mix it, this is what you get, and this consistency is fine. Now what you can do is, if you want, you can mix it further, or just start beating it or whipping it, whatever you call it. Okay, so just scrape it nicely so that everything is into the batter. Right now, on a slow medium, just beat it to incorporate everything together. And you can increase the speed also. 1 point, like medium. Just scrape it once, and at this point of time, if you want to color it, you can color it also. You can use any food grade color. I have always asked you to use food grade colors. Okay, so use any food grade color that you want. So this is the kind of consistency that you are looking for. Now what you can do is, I think I need a little more vanilla. I'm obsessed with vanilla actually. So let me just put a little more, maybe say half tablespoon. So that is what is going to give it the color that I want. I don't want too much of, I don't want to add any colors into it, because these are butter cookies, so you would see mostly they are an off-white color. But if you want to give it a version of your strawberry or anything, you can add colors accordingly also. Okay, so I'll just flip it one more time. Just whip it nicely, give it a good whip. So this is done. See, this is the consistency. Okay, this is not too flowy. And not too runny. So after this, what you want to do is, you want to fill your piping bag. So we have a piping bag. Okay, so I want to pipe the cookies. So for that, what I want is, I wanted to give it a kind of a design. So the best way and easiest way to do any kind of design with the cookies is to have a piping tip. So you can take a star tip, or you can take any tip of your choice. Okay, we are just going to pipe it. Fill your piping bag. Now all of you know by now how to fill your piping bags, isn't it? Don't tell me that you don't. You don't take a lot of, because it is a cookie dough, right? So you need a nozzle which is broad enough that the dough is going to flow through nicely. Okay, I would want to fill it a little more. It's very sticky because of the butter, of course. And then you would want to have a tray, right? Just keep this aside and take a tray with parchment paper, right? Okay, so I have this baking tray, and at this point of time you can also switch on your oven. Just preheat it at 180 degrees. Switch on the oven. Okay, and just see that it's 180 degrees and preheat for 10 minutes. Now what you can do is take a parchment paper, and below you can put one, like a small dollop of it, that will stick your parchment paper on the tray. Just a small amount of it. Just going to stick it, and the parchment paper will not move. Okay, just a little bit on 4 corners is enough, right? So now your parchment paper is not going to go anywhere. Now you have the tip. Can you see this? Right? Let's pipe some cookies. So I'll just do a rosette, okay? That's what I like. This, and you know how to do a rosette. That's right, not bigger than these, I think. And give it some gap, because it's butter cookies, it might just spread a little. Okay, can you see this? This will not flow like a whipping cream, let me just tell you. These will have some kind of texture into it, because it's a dough after all. Lovely. I'm already liking them. Oh wow. It's so therapeutic. Baking is actually, if you enjoy, you're going to love it. So I know you're going to agree with me, because that's why you are here in this class. Okay, I just need to refill my so I'm back, and now let's pipe some more cookies. Cookies. See, you will see there are in between, you will get some air bubbles also. Don't bother, just continue. There are the leftover, you can keep it, and then you can bake them later. Okay, so this is the cookie tray that we have. We made 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 15 cookies, and we still have batter left with us. Okay, I'm just waiting for the oven to get preheated. It will take around 15 to 20 minutes, 15 to 17 minutes actually, because I'm using the Morphe Richards. It has a major temperature problem, that's why I do not suggest it to anybody. But the 180 degree will be 140 150 for this one, so I'm baking at 140 in this one, and let's see how long it takes. Okay, so let's just wait. So what you can do is, the other cookies you can make any design of your choice. You can do any different design that you want to do. So let me just prepare one more tin till the time the oven is getting preheated, and then I'll come back to you. So the oven is ready to go. Okay, I'll just put this in the oven and I'll just show you how they look after they're baked. In the middle rack and 20 minutes timer. Meanwhile, I have another tray that I have just prepared for my Bajaj oven, and let's do some piping for this one also. What should we do? Should we make some big like star cookies like these? Whatever, see, you can do, you can suit yourself any design you want. Try to keep them the sizes equal, so that they bake equally. Otherwise one will get baked, the other one will be, the smaller one will get baked sooner than the bigger one, and then you don't want burnt cookies. Right, these are tiny cookies that we are doing. The tray looks so pretty. Looks like flowers. Let me do a closer cookie, because I think there's a see, the number of cookies will depend on what design you are doing. If you are doing bigger rosettes, then you will have smaller number of cookies, right? So I still have a little batter left with me. See, these are going to get baked faster than the bigger ones. So once the other oven is also ready, I'll just put it in the oven for 15-20 minutes, and I'll come back when it's done. Okay. So see ladies, once they are out of the oven, can you see this? So I just took them out of the oven, and I've removed the tray which was below this, the baking tray basically, because if you leave them on the baking tray, the tray is so hot that it is going to prolong the process of baking process. ये इतने गर्म होते हैं कि उसके ऊपर रहेंगे तो bake होता रहेगा अंदर ही अंदर. So you need to remove the tray as soon as possible, right? So this is how the rosette one looks, and this is the other one. So this has been baked on my Bajaj Majesty. So the color is a little different than the other one. Okay, and also these were the smaller ones, so you can suit the color and your whatever color. If you wanted more color, you could have kept this for a more kind of a little 10 minutes more, but then you see the base is becoming darker, so you cannot keep it for too much time, otherwise they might just get burnt. Okay, one more tip that I would like to give you is, if you have time, just pipe them, and if it's summers, keep this, after piping, keep this in the fridge for 10 minutes, and then you can bake it. Then they are going to hold the shape beautifully. It's super hot in the studio today, and I did not have the time to keep it in the fridge again. See, these ones did not require keeping, because this doesn't have an elaborate kind of a design. But this one is a bigger cookie, and it needed some time. If you could rest it in the fridge for 5-10 minutes before baking, this would have held their shapes better. But still, nevertheless, it's looking very, very pretty. Okay, so try your hands on any design that you want, any shape. And this took me around 15 minutes. No, I think this took me around 12 minutes in my Bajaj Majesty, and these took for 140 degrees in my Murphy Richards for around 18 minutes. Okay, all the best. Bye bye, and bake more cookies. Bye.